sorry guys. Happy New Year's, and hope you guys' 2016 is going good. Mine is so far so good, but this weird thing has happened here recently in the last 6 days. Last Sunday, I was taking a shower, didn't hear my phone ring. But when I jumped out of the shower, I heard the ringtone for my voicemail and my text messages. So I didn't think too much of it. Grabbed my phone, recognized the phone number. I didn't know it. Let me take this off so you guys don't see the glare of the laptop. But didn't recognize the number. Call my voicemail, and this person gives me her name, who she's an ex-friend of mine. And I'm talking, at this time we had not seen each other in 15 years. I'm going to give the rundown and the reason why. I was with a guy that was 15 years older than me back when I was late teens, early 20s. Known him from the time I was 4 till he died when I was 22. But we started dating when I was 18. Got engaged when I was 19. And we were together for 3 years. Well, he ended up leaving me for this girl. Broke my heart. I thought she was my best friend. He was the love of my life. I felt very betrayed by the both of them. I mean, it took me a good while to get over that, to even start dating again and stuff. Well, 2 years after they got together, he passed away. So I was 22. It was a car accident. But 13 years later, because he died in 2002, so it's been going on 14 years now. So anyway, the anniversary of his death comes around New Year's Eve week. And I hung out with my little brother, hung out with my mom. And then Sunday comes around, first Sunday of the year. And she calls. Haven't seen her, haven't heard from her, haven't talked to her. I haven't even thought about this girl. Because wounds heal, I got over it. She was like, she's in the past. Sorry guys, I feel like I have a hair on my face. But, she's in the past. So she calls, leaves a voicemail, I listen to it, call her back. Because I was thinking, unless I either A, personally give you my phone number, or if you're on my friends list on Facebook, you don't know my number. So I call her back, talk to her for about 10-15 minutes. So I finally asked her, so how'd you get my number? She told me. She's like, well, I went on, can't even remember the website she gave me, but she's like, went on his website and found your grandparents on his website. Like, okay. So she's like, I called your grandparents. I'm like, okay, cool. Whatever. In the back of my mind was, I've called my grandparents as soon as I get to talking to you. And she's like, well, I'm bored. I'm like, oh, I was like, well, why don't you come to Springfield? Because she lives in the next town, a couple towns over. I'm like, it made me, to sit, talk, have a cup of coffee, try to see where this is going. And then she comes to Springfield. She gets lost. Should ask for my address to get it on GPS. You think? So she gets lost. I mean, if anybody who's on my subscribers, anybody from my on my subscribers that is by chance from Springfield, it's not that hard to get lost in town. But anyway, she gets lost. She calls me 3 times. I finally get her into the parking lot of my apartment building. And then it's like, she's like, I'm hungry. Okay. She's like, she asked for a restaurant, which I live downtown. We could have gone to any of the restaurants around my house, around my apartment. No, she wanted to go to the south side of town. Like, fine. She buys us lunch. We talk. We go to and I go, well, what? I told her about my little brother had an accident, back in 2011. So we go over to mom so she could see Devin and mom. And we couldn't get rid of her. I mean, we stayed at my mom. We got to my mom's like at 4 in the afternoon. We were there till 1 o'clock the next morning. Or, no, 4 o'clock the next morning. Then she wants me to spend the night with her. I'm like, okay, fine. So I go to her place. I'm an animal person. I've worked at an animal clinic. I've always had dogs, cats, horses, whatever. And, sorry guys, I have the TV on. I've always had animals around me, but every time I've ever had an animal that was an indoor animal, they were either, if there was a cat, litter broke, or litter box trained, and if it was a dog, it was always house broke. So she has 10 dogs, 10 cats, and, it's just, we walk in, and I'm gagging. There is animal feces and urine from the front door of her 2-story farmhouse to the back. I didn't even go upstairs. I was too scared to even go upstairs. So it's like, I'm gagging. I've been sick, as you guys could tell. I'm congested. I have the sinus infection, head cold thing going on. That was Monday. Every day since then, she has been at my little brother's bed. She's been wanting me. But anyway, I finally called my grandparents on Wednesday. And I told them, I go, guys, don't get my number out. If someone calls and asks for you, tell them that you have to call me before you give them my number. Because, my grandparents have a landline and 2 cell phones. I'm like, so someone, while you're talking to this person, my other grandparent could call me. It's like, hey, so-and-so needs your number. Is that okay to give it to him? Please do this. And so, my grandparents are like, okay, we're sorry. We didn't realize who she was, and so that was Wednesday. Thursday, her and my little brother picked me up about 9:30 Thursday night. We go back to my mom's, and she starts acting funny. Because Devin and I were talking about something, and she sat there and get all pissy, like, because we weren't giving her attention. And he's like, what's wrong? Well, I was like, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. He's like, what's wrong? Called her by name, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. And then she's like, oh, well, I'm worried about Cujo, which was one of her dogs. Because apparently he got someone apparently broke into her house. And the only thing that came up missing was one of her 10 dogs. House wasn't disturbed. Nothing else was touched. All the other dogs and cats were in the house, but this one dog came up missing. Oh, I'm just worried about this dog. And Evan's like, my little brother's like, bullshit. Bullshit. What's going on? Oh, nothing. She get up and go into the other room. She'd soak a cigarette and cut back. Devin and I are still talking, and she starts sulking again. Well, we're sitting there having a brother or sister conversation talking about everything underneath the sun. And then she starts sulking again. Devin's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, nothing. I'm just worried about Cujo. And apparently this guy woke her up at 7 o'clock in the morning, wanting a reward for the dog. I go, the dog came up missing yesterday. Did you even put out lost dogs signs? Well, no. I'm like, okay. So if the dog came up missing Wednesday morning, 24 hours later, someone's knocking on your door asking you for a reward for the dog. And you haven't put up for lost dog signs? And Devin looked at me, he's like, yeah, that's a good, valid point. And she shut up, and she got up and walked out of the room again. 1 o'clock comes around, and she comes back. I'm sitting on my brother's bed, and she's leaning up against Bub's wheelchair. And she starts talking about Tom. And I get quiet because I was facing the closet to my brother's bedroom, and he was facing south and she was facing north. Oh, no, he was facing east and she was facing west, and I was facing south. And he just looked over and he's like, you need to shut the fuck up. You're breaking my sister's heart. You're hurting my feelings. You need to shut up. And she got quiet. I got up out of the room and walked out. And I was in tears. Mom didn't know what to say. She was getting scared. And I go, I'm going home. And my little brother is trying to get me to come back over there. I go, I don't want to be around her right now. So that's how my week's been going. First week of the year. So it's like, but I love you guys, and I'll see you next week.